Okay, Maud Pie. This is the episode about Pinkie Pie getting a visit from her sister Maud, who is very close with Pinkie Pie, actually. We establish early on that they send each other rock candy necklaces every so often, ever since Pinkie Pie moved to Ponyville, that Maud taught her how to make when they were a lot younger. So, okay, but this is the last time that in a while that Pinkie Pie is going to get a chance to see Maud or even exchange these necklaces, mail her, whatever, because Maud is going on a trip to study rocks, which we don't really get into the specifics of. But anyway, we do remember, though, that Pinkie Pie and Maud, they're from a rock farm, so it makes sense that that's what Maud would be the expert on. But anyway, though, Pinkie Pie, because it's the last chance, she really wants her friends to get close with Maud. Yeah, she wants all of them to bond, become friends, and then all make these rock candy necklaces together. And we see early on she's made just like a whole house full of rock candy to prepare for it. Gone a little overboard there, but yeah, and she really builds up Maud, just how awesome she thinks she is, how she loves fashion like Rarity, is really honest like Applejack. What else? Is really bookish like Twilight. So, okay, so the friends then, of course, hearing all of that, they really try to prepare. They really want to get it down, so they prepare a great big picnic and bring all the pets. And then Maud shows up, walking a good distance behind Pinkie Pie, just moving kind of slow. And yeah, suffice to say, she's not what any of them expected. She's very detached, it seems. She does not show a lot of emotion. She's just very sort of flat line. She almost seems dreary, but anyway, and then she's very literal-minded, and she has this incredible fascination with rocks. That's not just what she's an expert on, that's like her sole passion, although she doesn't seem very passionate about, she doesn't seem very passionate when she talks about them. Like goes right, she sees a rock in the path, stoops down, sniffs it, identifies it through that, and just not even like sounding like she's impressed or glad she did or anything. It's just like nothing she says carries any implication. It's just, like I said, she's literal minded. What she says is what she means, and that's it. So, okay. And then the friends try to strike up a conversation, but that doesn't work much better. That doesn't work very well because what she when they introduce themselves, she just doesn't answer. That's like okay, yeah, she doesn't seem to realize that the implication when someone introduces themselves is that you follow them up on that. Just, oh hey, nice to meet you, all of that. So and then when Rarity, for example, tries to talk to her about fashion, well, again, literal minded. When Rarity brings up that what she heard Maud likes fashion, she just reiterates what Rarity just said. Like, I'm really into expressing myself through my wardrobe, and Rarity. So what does that lovely frock you're wearing right now say about you? And Maud, it doesn't talk. It's a dress. So yeah, the Rarity really doesn't know what to say to that, and so okay, they try playing a game as an icebreaker, and Maud reveals her pet rock boulder, which, pet rock, that's going to make people think things about you from already, and then, after Maud has rubbed them the wrong way, just how she seems a little bit off, that certainly doesn't help. So, but she takes it out and she says that she and her pet rock play a game called Camouflage, which is like hide and seek but way more intense. And it turns out to be, she hides Boulder in a field of rocks, and they're just, where there's a lot of rocks around, and then everyone has to look for him. And I did not get I think the implication actually was that Maud is also supposed to be looking for him, that the rock somehow hides on its own, or she just, I don't know, tosses it somewhere. But anyway, regardless, after they look all day and spend all afternoon, looking and just getting really annoyed, all except Pinkie Pie, who is just running back with every rock she finds, and there's some all over the place. Is this him? Is this him? Is this him? Just, doesn't even care. Maud finally says, oh, I found him. he was hiding in my pocket, which kind of seems like a dick move, but, yeah, well, we'll look at what Maud's deal might be later, but, anyway, though, so yeah, they really don't know how to feel about that one. They decide that maybe Maud is shy, or maybe she was intimidated because, yeah, they already know each other, they're already good friends, so, okay, they decide they're gonna spend one-on-one time bonding with her, see if that works any better, and suffice to say it doesn't. I mean, Maud is, again, just, yeah, same problems as before. Fluttershy tries to show her some animals. She catches Maud staring at a spider on top of a rock, so she starts explaining what kind of spider it is, how they're actually really friendly, helpful critters, and Maud just says, I was looking at the rock. So Fluttershy gets a little embarrassed about that. Or Applejack doing a round, inviting Pinkie and Maud over for a round of cider making. Yeah, Pinkie Pie chugs hers, says it's the best she's ever had. Maud takes a sip and says, it tastes like apples. And Pinkie Pie, throughout all of this, she's just getting really excited, as though she thinks that everyone's just having a great time doing what they do. So she's like, told you she was super honest. She's just like you, see? And Applejack, yeah, just really doesn't know how to take any of this, how to take Maud, so she tries to play along. But by the end of it all, the friends just really... well, they, of course, don't know how to feel about Maud. As Rainbow Dash says, she's a riddle and a mystery wrapped inside an igneous instead of an enigma, because an igneous is a kind of rock. And I believe that was Winston Churchill's quote about Russia, that it's a mystery and, what is it? A riddle and a mystery wrapped inside an enigma, so interesting choice of a reference there. But anyway, though, so yeah, they turn down Pinkie Pie's offer to make the rock candy necklaces. They say just wouldn't feel right, so, and they're really nice about it, and they even regret afterwards. They were saying, like, I think maybe we should have just pretended that we were friends with Maud, and they're like, well, what about Maud? I mean, she probably doesn't feel like we're friends either. She would have told Pinkie Pie, so, okay, but then Pinkie Pie shows up with a new activity ready that she's sure will have all of them good and bonded. She has created an obstacle course incorporating all of everyone's favorite things to do, and an obstacle course for Rainbow Dash, because she likes to race and stuff like that, and then yeah, an applesauce tunnel for Applejack, and yeah, not exactly a very effective way to incorporate everyone's interests, but anyway, well, she made the attempt still, and the important part is that there's a giant rock slide at the end for Maud. Just, yeah, a big pile of rocks that you climb and slide down, and as Pinkie demonstrates, she gets her hoof caught between two rocks, and then, yeah, shakes the pile. It's a pretty big pile, by the way, so this is real jeopardy, because, yeah, she has the biggest one at the top, and it starts sliding down towards her, and before anyone has time to scream, though, Maud dashes through the obstacle course, tackles the giant rock, pounds it into dust with her bare hooves just before it lands on Pinkie Pie, and then frees her, gives her a Maud hug, which kind of says that, like, what's affectionate but also still stoic, just like, Pinkie Pie, what were you thinking, is what she says. So, okay, yeah, she then says that, yeah, she knows it's important to Pinkie Pie that they all become friends, but she just doesn't think it's going to happen, so she opts to just head home and, you know, stop trying to get nowhere. So, alright, Pinkie Pie, though, because she only has a couple more days to be with her sister, opts to head back with her, and meanwhile the friends are in awe of what Maud just did, so they decide that what they have in common with her is that they all love Pinkie Pie, and that that's more than, you know, most people have in common, so they think that they could be friends over that. So they meet the sisters at the rock farm. They, yeah, tell them what they've decided, that, you know, they make the offer. So, and then when, yeah, what do you say, Maud? Maud just looks at them with the same expression she always wears and just says, sure. And so they all seem a little disappointed, but, well, and Pinkie Pie notices, they're just like, well, we kind of thought she'd be more excited. Pinkie Pie, are you kidding? I've never seen her more excited in her life. And as she's, jumping for joy. Maud just said, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't really show my enthusiasm for things the way my sister does. So, and which they did already notice, but I guess that's kind of the confirmation that, okay, yeah, Maud, she does care. She is just sort of not very expressive, but okay, so they all exchange rock candy necklaces before Maud heads out on her trip. Maud reveals that she's never actually eaten any of the candy necklaces Pinkie Pie's sent her, but it's just, she too goes along with stuff she doesn't necessarily like because it's not about the thing, it's about the person. It's about how she loves Pinkie Pie. So, okay, so I got a hint that this is a pretty well-liked episode by fans. One of you actually said that it rocks, so thank you for that. But, anyway, though, while I was looking for a thumbnail, I also came across these pictures. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious as to whether there's hard feelings I could stir up here. That just, like, if maybe some fans really cling to saying this is good because they want to reject those who say it's not. But, yeah. Curiosity aside, now, I'm not the guy who wrote that review. I think this is a great episode because, well, you could give them a lot of credit for how they play the main characters, just, all the purposes they use them for, but, yeah, cutting to the point, the thing that's great about this episode, first and foremost, is the character of Maud, which is, I think, really, the kind of thing they're going for here is really, really tough to pull off. And I think they do. I don't know actually if they're going for that she is autistic or has Asperger's or something like that. I've had friends with either, and yeah, none of them were quite like Maud. But I think what's one good point is they don't say it's because it's not about whether she has a condition, or it's just about the fact that this is what she's like. That there are people like this, and I mean that. There might be a particular reason, there might even not be, but that's just how she is, very literal-minded, very fascinated with one subject, very sort of stoic, and, just detached, all of the above. So, okay, and, I mean, you'd think that, well, a lot of people like this, they can be kind of awkward, which makes it a tricky sort of tightrope to walk, because, obviously, if they're awkward, the feeling could carry over, but they do it really, really well. Like, first off, Maud is awkward, but, it's not really in a way that makes her unlikable. I mean, she is cold, she's detached, she says a lot of awkward things, but, it's just never, they always make sure they keep it in just the right sort of light to see what she's about behind it. Like when she contradicts the others, when she, with her being literal, Applejack asking what the cider tastes, how the cider is, Maud saying it tastes like apples, or Rarity, what's your dress saying? It doesn't talk. She says all that. I mean, it seems like she's shooting them down, but they, I guess props to the voice actress here too. There's no cynicism in what she says. She doesn't sound smug. She doesn't sound annoyed. She's just saying it. They make sure to keep their eye on the fact that it's just because she's literal-minded, not because she's a schmuck or anything like that. So, okay, there's that. And again, she is awkward, but we, the audience, can sort of see just what she's about, the reasons behind it, while the friends, they're caught up in the moment. They have to think on their feet how to respond to it. It makes them feel a little awkward too at points, but it's once you get the idea, it's doesn't seem like there's any reason not to like her for it. It's just it's just the way her mind works, the way she operates, that once you get the idea that, it's not too hard to work with. So, there's that. And also, though, they don't every character, yeah, it's not just about getting across what kind of personality this is. It's finding what there is to enjoy about it. And yeah, one thing, of course, is that she is hilarious, like in the right sort of in the right situation. Because my favorite two moments with the friends attempting to bond with her was one, Twilight trying to share poetry with her, because yeah, Pinkie Pie mentioned that Maud likes poetry, so Twilight is pulling out her favorite poetry books by authors whose names are probably horse puns that I've already forgotten, but or might have never didn't bother to take it in the first place. But anyway, Maud just says, "Yeah, I prefer to read my own poems," and guess what they're all about? It's like, yeah, rock. You are a rock. Gray. You are gray, like a rock, which you are. Just, I mean, because, yeah, well, Maud is not the first one to write bad poetry, and I have seen a lot of people come and go, just like, yeah, middle school, or even high school, just, yeah, see someone who tries to really swing for the fence, be heartfelt, and becomes off melodramatic because they're young, they don't know any better, or just, and in Maud's case, she's just doing her own thing, but I mean, how many poems can you write about rocks, especially since she sounds the same while talking about it, while saying lines like, sediments make me sentimental. And yeah, I mean, and so yeah, it's just, what they bring it back to is just how interested she is in this one thing, and of course, yeah, who's going to be that interested in rocks? I mean, that's, yeah, more power to her for that, but I mean, that's one thing that can be hard to cope with, just, yeah, this particular fascination, and then, yeah, and especially in this case, it's so funny how they have Twilight just sitting down dismayed while, as they're panning out from the house with Maud saying, this next one's about rocks. They're all about rocks. Just perfect timing, very funny, all of the above. And the other thing to appreciate about Maud is that she's kind of a badass. Like, she, because in my other favorite scene, she's competing with Rainbow Dash in a rock throwing contest. I guess Rainbow Dash trying to meet her halfway here. So yeah, Rainbow flies up, spins in a circle, launches a rock, is able to get it clear over a lake, and so she's all impressed with herself. Yeah, let's see you beat that, Maud. And then as she says these words, a rock flies by her head, goes sailing off over the hills into the distance, hits the ground so hard that back where they are, it causes a wave that splashes all three of them, and Rainbow, who I guess is getting better about losing, just said, okay, we're getting into the competition here. I guess this is good bonding time. She's like, so I guess you won this one, Maud. Smiles at her. Maud just says, I'm not really into winning, which is horrifying to Rainbow Dash. But yeah, and then the smashing the rock, it's just like, yeah, she is so, like, mild-mannered, if nothing else, unassuming, but yeah, and I mean, she is, like I said, awkward and sort of, I guess, humble and all that, but yeah, when she has it where it counts as far as, yeah, just when it comes to leaping into action. So, okay, that was pretty cool too. So, yeah, I get just very well handled. I guess in its own way, a very sensitive sort of depiction of this topic. Just people who are this way. I mean, and you know, maybe that's not what they were intending. But even so, well, maybe yeah, autism, Asperger's. Maybe that's not what they were intending. But even so, I think it deserves credit for just, yeah, talking about people who are a little different, who see the world a little different. That was very well done. So, okay, all in all, really good and very funny too. Like Maud, who, despite the fact that she is the exact opposite of Pinkie Pie, she is hilarious in her own way, or she can be. But anyway, though, so yeah, I guess that's, well, yeah, like I said, another great episode, and that makes, four, no, 5 if you count the openers. If you count the intro as 1, I mean, but, okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Actually, no, it's not. Glad I remembered this. there's something else that I think was the key to Maud's success as a character, because I mean, all the other stuff was great, but I mean, just from what I said, you might still picture her as like a dead empty shell defined by what she does. But okay, I think something else they did really well is, in spite of the fact that Maud does not have a big variety of reactions. She doesn't have extreme emotions. That doesn't mean that that she has no emotion. That like she doesn't feel anything. I mean, because you can still, well, in a nutshell, it's that you can still catch, for lack of a better word, a level of humanity in her. Like when they're having this picnic and she shows them Boulder the pet rock. They're all eating. They can't get her excited for anything, but she, eating her sandwich, she puts it down and then she slides Boulder the rock over to it like she's feeding it. And then when she tells them about the game she plays, she still tries to build it up. She's like, it's like hide and seek, but it's way more intense. It's like, they do get across that she does have joys, she does have dislikes, she does she feels pain. Maud the pony rock, but no, it's just even when she's not being very helpful or very easy to get along with, like when Applejack is peeling apples with her and Pinkie Pie to make the cider. Yeah, Maud thinks the best way to peel for some reason is to smash it with a rock, but you have no idea why. But even so, she says when she thinks it's that she's offering to peel another one. So I mean, it's like she thinks she's helping, and there is still there's a soul in there, believe it or not. But no, it's they do sort of do a good job getting that across. That Maud is not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her. She, she's human, just like everyone else, but it's just the specific differences. I mean, they address them, but they still, get across that there's someone there who's worth befriending. It's not just, it's not just for Pinkie Pie's sake. So okay, and now that I think that's pretty much it, but okay, the next one is For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils. So back to Sweetie Belle, definitely interested. So, alright, till then, take care, see you there.